Hey, Turtle Club, good morning. It's a great day. Last night wasn't a work day, which also, automatically kind of makes it a great day. But more importantly than that little factoid is also the fact that, um, what am I over here for? Oh, this is the pumpkin place. That's where we ended up last time. Awesome. But more importantly than that, those are scattering, so it's not a secret spot. Or it is. Wow, it is a secret spot. But more importantly than that, because it wasn't a work night, I'm not exhausted today. So I'm super stoked about that. Symbol of money on certain walls, you can make an easy fortune. Interesting. So if you draw a rupee possibly on the wall, it'll make fortune for you. Last Wednesday morning, or this Wednesday morning, I was kind of tired. Long night, lots of stuff going on. The situation, as it's explained by some people, right, is it's going to have to get worse before it gets better. And in my situation, spending the night that I did on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, was definitely one of those situations. Can I spear more pumpkins? Nope. I can spear a pumpkin into a pumpkin, though. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we were working on some, like, sub-quests and side quests and whatever you want to call them. And kind of dealing with getting to some spots in the game that are, on that list of 100% that doesn't always get accomplished right away. And I think there's like nothing else we can do here, right? Because we got our debt paid off. And this is still the same kind of environment. There's no replacement chandelier. Is there anybody we can talk to? It feels kind of weird that that's all this place is for. If only we could find someone who's good at plowing. Okay. Yeah, so he says the same thing behind the counter, in front of the counter. Alright. Guess we should take a look upstairs and see what else we can find here. Okay. I really don't know what's going on with that. That's interesting. Looks like that's kind of a weird... It's like the texture kind of moves. Alright. I don't think there's much we're going to be able to do for the rest of it over here, though. I don't think there's anything that we can do here during the night sky. Is there anything atop the building that we may need to know about? Is a better question. I know we can't climb, right? I mean, we got our claw shots, but unless there's anything to latch on, we really can't do anything with that. Nothing going with all that either. Alright. I feel confident, or 95% confident, that we're done with all of this. I feel like we can find a bed and turn it to daylight and be fine. I wish I could fall asleep like Link. Like, seriously, people. Just in your clothes. Whoa. Cutscene during the new chandelier. Well, now. Is this one a lot more sturdy than the last one? These are questions we have to ask ourselves. Wait, Stritch! Okay, weird to see him here. Huh. Well, looks like this one's really well solidly attached now. Okay. So we can't break the second chandelier. So that's typical trope stuff. Alright, so we're good. Quest is quest, right? I guess I should go back in and talk to the owner again. Because he may have some dialogue about, don't you get any funny ideas about breaking our chandelier? So I'll have to see what that's all about. Oh, interesting. So, clearly possible mini-games, timed mini-games or something. No telling what we can do with that. Well, alright, so now we're going to go around here for just a second in the daylight to see if there's anything else. I think these, like, Sheikah stones, yeah, they just say the same thing no matter what time of day it is. She's needing somebody to plow the field. Ah, sure. We haven't done this minigame in a bit. Balance minigame. Start. Why won't Link rotate? Alright. Okay. Having flashbacks to having done this already. So mainly just a way to get currency then? Alright. So we're supposed to be going over this way. I don't know why we have those markers on Skyloft still. I do know we've not won the Fun Fun Island prize yet, and I feel like the Bamboo Island's got something for us still too. So we want to go over here. See what we can find as far as that goes. I feel like I pushed a button. I did. I'm so silly. Alright. I know we have a goddess chest over here, so we got to kind of keep an eye on that. Do 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 do. Interesting. Ah, we have to swim to get to it. Okay. That's fine. Aha, we're going to have to torpedo our way up. Alrighty, that's fine. Here we go. Shamu. There's a fairy in a bottle. What else do we got? We got an air potion, because that's one of those things that we're grabbing here. Our small quiver, bomb bag, alright, all that kind of stuff. What do we got in the box? What's in the goddess chest? What crafting material do we possibly need later in life that's in here? So it's like another heart metal. Interesting. I'm beginning to think that the combat system in this either originally was really bad, or when they made the remaster, the developers thought that they needed to soften it up a lot. And unfortunately, I wasn't here to play the game when it first started, so I really am not the best person to ask that. So it looks like we're just going to Isle of Songs at this point. We've got all of the goddess chests. I don't know of any little quests that we're on. So let's go. Flying to the wild blue yonder, going to the bubble there. We're gonna find what we're looking for, guys. Well, that's weird. Anybody else see that? Go back. Right there. They're like flying squirrels or something. That's so weird looking. Have to go back and take a look. These guys right here. I don't know what those were, and I'm intrigued. Alright. Aha! "28 times. So 28 times is what we have to hit for this. So we've already beat the record. 43 is his record. So okay. So man. So I think we're done with this for a little bit. We got things we got to do, places to go, people to see. Mainly me and Fee, and why not Bobby McGee? All got to go out this way. Really not sure what the flying squirrel thing was about. That was kind of interesting. But I really feel like we got to try our best to, like, beat that 43 score. Now that we got, like, a real big number to shoot for. Oh, no. Oh, no. No! No! So now that we're inside here, we know that we're heading this way to this blue line. Found it. Ooh, it's a gold rupee. That's actually worth it. We're starting to run out of things to buy in this game. But the things that we do still have to buy are expensive. So that's actually pretty worth it in my opinion. It would appear that... other than that, there's like nothing here. Huh. Hey Colin, how's it going, man? I'm doing good, thank you for asking. Hope your day's going good. We're just doing some progress and story progression here. But yeah, we're doing really good, man. We had an exhausting week at work, so unfortunately wasn't up to streaming on Wednesday this week. But we did really good Monday. Monday we got the actual Pokemon we were looking for. And today we're getting our next song. So looking forward to that. Okay, I don't remember the goddess statue popping up underneath us. Haha. Okay, guiding from the edge of time. Pretty good, just took a driving lesson, it was terrifying. Man. Oh, driving is, depending upon where you live and where you're from, driving is terrifying, or just kind of lackadaisical. Like, I grew up in a small town, and we considered 45 miles per hour to be, like, fast. If you got out to the highway, 60 miles per hour, 65 miles per hour was cutting it. And here in the Atlanta area, 65 miles per hour is considered to be about apropos. Just kind of crazy. Fee is upside down spinning like a top. That is kind of interesting. But yeah, driving, there are two things in driving class that I was just deathly afraid of. And one was parallel parking. And these days, parallel parking is not a big deal. It really isn't. For a number of reasons. One, no one hardly ever does it. Everywhere in the past that you really needed to parallel park, not really a thing anymore. Too many incidents involving it. Most city planners started removing it, even though it's, from a space perspective, it's a better usage of space. Din's power. And the other one was what we did in the highway called Leapfrog. And basically, myself and every other student driver went onto the highway, which, again, 45 miles per hour was considered fast in our small town. Most of the small town was 25 to 35 miles per hour, except for a couple of really busy streets, which went up to 45. And so going to the highway, which was 60 miles per hour, was just insanity personified. And so here we have myself and 7 other student drivers. We were in pairs, so it was more like me and my driving partner plus my instructor, and then 7 other instructors and 2 student drivers each went to the highway. So 24 people on the highway in 8 cars. And we would take turns just driving and having a person following you at a real pace, like 55 miles per hour on the highway. So you're going slower than most of the other cars. And then the game was, and I say game, was you had to pass one car and then keep heading that way. And then after so long, that car would then pass you, and so it was nerve-wracking, because you needed to know how to pass on the highway, which is kind of like a duh moment, right? If you don't know how to pass somebody on the highway, it's a skill that you need when driving. So it was very important for them to teach that to us. But at the same time, when you've only been driving for about a week, being on the highway itself is just like, oh my gosh. All right, so we got all that lined up. This is the neat puzzle that we did. I don't think there's anything in this little area. I find the driving it itself is, oh, okay, yeah. Driving the hardest. Hey, Shadow, Supreme Lurker in the chat, guys. So I attempted to learn how to drive a manual, driving stick as it's called sometimes, or shift. But I had a habit of not using the clutch properly, and so I tended to burn them a bit. So at the behest of several people, I was just not to learn how to drive a manual. It's kind of funny because Digrat learned how to drive manual, and actually can do it if she needs to. And so we have one of those little hybrid transmission cars. They call them like Sporty or something like that, to where it'll actually go into manual mode if you're not careful. And basically, if it happens to me, I pull over the side of the road, turn the car off, because there's not a way to put it back into automatic once it's in manual for some silly reason. And then, so basically, power off the car and turn it back on. Basically, if I hit the wrong button, I got to reboot our car, which is kind of silly. But it works, So we have that going here. We did the bamboo game. We got our new song. We were going to the volcano next. I think I'm going to go to Fun Island and try to paraglide in and see if we can't get the prize this time again, Turtle Club, for a little bit. Because we really need to do that, right? For a 100% playthrough, we have to do everything. And I would much rather spend a little bit of time on Friday than to tie up part of our buffet tomorrow. So I think doing like the Spirit Challenge and the Dungeon tomorrow during the buffet makes a whole lot more sense than doing one of those today and being partially through it. And then having to spend like a portion of our time doing this. Alright. Hello, really weird guy. Alright. Let's see what we can do this time with the cannon. Alright, we put the mag in the cannon. And then up, and whoopsie daisy. Alright. So we're hitting our level bonuses. I feel like we absolutely lost money in that. That's okay though. But here we go. So we've passed the dodo balls. And we've gotten all of our bonus rings at 1 at the moment. Oh! Oh! So close. I mean, had I not pulled back, I think we would have got it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad about that. Get in the cannon. Go, Link. Go. Alright. I know there's got to be some kind of secret to this, right? I mean, as cruel as the Nintendo developers are with their Zelda minigames, number one, I'm not having to do any kind of horseback archery, so I'm okay with that. Like, I'm fine with this fact. I feel like... Ah... So I feel like we're starting to figure something out. It might be like from War Games with Matthew Broderick, right? The only way to win is not to play at all. But we'll find out. We'll find out. I think the kicker is also there. I mean, there's just so much random going on. Well, we'll keep going until we're down to like 500 rupees, I think, maybe, or something. Or I apologize, Turtle Club. This might be the stream that we just try to get this knocked out. Because, oh my gosh, it is a thorn in my side, to be honest. We usually do so well when we're fired out of cannons in these games. Oh, I think we just lost that one. I gotta admit, though, I recognize the voice. Just kind of weird. It's not like it sounds almost like Beatles' voice, but it's like a different tenor. Maybe it's the same voice actor and they just modulated the voice a little bit. Oh, that was rude. Alright, so let's just do this. Up, up, and away! I gotta say, though, as far as a mini game goes, right? There's been some that have been less than desirable to play. And this kind of ranks right up there, but it's more... It's less of a sting because it feels like there's some skill involved. And the game doesn't take all that long. Oh, that was my joystick. That was my... That was... This is becoming interesting. So I did see the news, Turtle Club, unfortunately, about our Breath of the Wild 2 stream that we were wanting to do this year being delayed till next year. So that's kind of a bummer. Boy, this is just some really bad bonus ring placement, too. Hey, we finally got the bonus. Hey. So now we finally got the bonus. I gotta say I'm good and hooked at this point. Because if we can get the bonus like 1 or 2 more times, some of those really expensive things that we want to buy are going to be a cinch to buy at this point. If we can figure out what the trick is, right? Not that there should be anything that's considered a trick for a skill-based game. But there's usually some kind of thing that you can... Oh, well, we can't do that, that's for certain. Alright. Two. We got 2. But if we can find out the strategy, that's the better word, right? Not the trick, but the strategy that makes this game a little bit easier. And that would be very easy for us. Clearly, because the big prize is going to require us to have all 5 of these rings, that's part of it. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, Turtle Club. So I think that the strategy is you have to be able to figure out, basically from a drift perspective, where you're going to need to land after you collect that 5th ring. Because the first 4 rings, number 1, you can't really see the bottom really well. Number 2, because you don't know exactly how you're going to have to position yourself for these other rings, you can't really plan, even if you're able to see the bottom ring, as to where you're going to be at. So I think we got to go like right here. Oh! Oh! We're dialing in, Turtle Club. We're dialing in. I think like another 2, maybe 3 attempts, we'll have this. Fingers crossed. Okay, Dan. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. Huh. Think I've got something. Think I've got something. Where are we at? Where are we at? So my premise is to basically go like right here, maybe. Oh, we're getting so close, Turtle Club. Hmm. So I've got a working theory, and so far the theory seems to be giving us some good input, some good info. So while we float through the air, I'll kind of explain it. So when we get to that last ring, basically what I'm aiming for is that last ring kind of wherever it's at when the bonus passes through it, right before we pass through it. We want to aim about 2 spaces, perhaps 3 right before. So we're going to aim for like right here. Oh! Overshot it. Okay. So we need a Alright. That was a sloppy ring grab. We gotta do better. It is a hard minigame. Yeah, it's well, to completely beat, I agree it's a hard minigame. Just to accomplish something worth accomplishing, though, it's not that bad. So we need to go, like, right here. There we go. Bam! Thought it was going to be 3. It was 4. Then you got after like 2/3 of an hour, or 2-3 hours. Oh, wow. 50 space rupees, 10, 500 rupees. Guess what, little guy? Go on, guess. Heart piece. I figured it was going to be a heart piece. Alright. Awesome. Thank you for the GG there, Colin. So the next question I have in my head at the moment is 1,900 rupees. Okay, so if we were to go in and get another 500 rupees, because I think I've got this nailed down to where I can probably do that again. It was awfully close to the border, though, so I don't know. Alright, so ring 1, ring 2, ring 3, ring 4, as we tee up onto this 5th ring, it's going to be there, so we need to be like right here. There's the strategy, Turtle Club. There's the strategy. We got it. Alright. So the strategy, just to reiterate, for this particular minigame, as best as we can figure out, with the way our brain works, is we want to go through and pass the first 4 rings. As long as you get them, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter about where you get them at or why you get them, just that you get them. So finally, the last thing is looking through this ring before you get it. You gotta kind of know exactly where you're about to pass through. So we're gonna go over all this way and just completely flub on it, because we did bad. You got to be able to line up that last ring to be kind of with the bonus. Hey, Chadley! Turtle Club. If you don't know who Chadley is, he is absolutely one of the coolest streamers we know. Does a lot of cross-stitch here lately, doing an actual Legend of Zelda Link to the Past overworld map. Looks amazing, by the way, dude. Been working on it for a little bit over a year now. Actually was featured in Reddit and a couple of online places as well. But right now, he's actually doing a 100% walkthrough of Breath of the Wild. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go like right here. Oh! Oh, we missed it. We just missed it. Okay. But yeah, dude. Hope your morning's going great, Chadley. We've mostly figured out this minigame to where we can... well, I would almost say close to routinely get the super bonus. It's one of your work from home days. Oh, that's cool. My company is like always work from home now, so which is a blessing and a curse. It's a lot better now that Digrat and I have the house, though. Alright. So we're going to go for like right here. We barely missed it again. Because I didn't gun it when I needed to. Oh, I was being an ass, Chadley. Did you get a chance to look at Spoiler Alert? Because I know I'm bad at it. But I know you're like way better than me at platforming games, so I figured it might be something that you'd be better at than me by far. Didn't get a chance to yet? Oh, no worries, man. I know you're kind of busy with getting your son's bowling guys, their whole team, out to Kentucky. Alright, so we're going to go like right here. That's not too bad. It's not the greatest, but not too bad. Going to nationals, possibly. That's super stoking. To the sky. Let's see. Sometimes the trajectory on this is just really bad. There we go. Premise still works. I just got to be better at the execution. But that maxes out our rupees, so we no longer have any other reasons to play this game today. And depending upon what all we're able to buy with that, the phrase "at all" also comes to mind. So now we can go back to Skyloft and nail out some of our purchases we need. Up, up, and away! Oh, it's time for me to stand up, guys. We're going to be on autopilot a little bit, but going to be able to show off the shirt of the day. This really cool Mario Kart t-shirt that Digrat got for me. Always want to stand about once an hour, let the blood flow right back to you guys' legs. I've been really lax on that, but as I've been finding out, my watch has been really hounding me on it, so. We gotta get back to playing some Mario Kart on the channel. I need to figure out when we can do that too. Now that things have settled down here in the Turtle Cave a bit. Especially with the new courses that got added. Or the old courses that got added back, I should say. Boom, boom. Alright. Before we shop at the bazaar, let's go see what Beetle's got for us. Kind of wish I could, like, latch onto Beetle's shop. Be pretty awesome. Alright, so not those kind of butterflies. These kind of butterflies. It's kind of unfortunate if you think about Beetle's kind of his whole business model, right? There's like a little place here. That's kind of neat too. It's probably for when we have to go get that other chest where Beetle parks this thing at night. Once we can fly at night, however that works. But if you think about it, right? We are the only customer that he has. Okay. I mean, no one else. Not really. Has all kinds of great stuff. Lo and behold, though, there's nothing else for sale there. Let's see what else we have. If we go back in, anything else? Nope, looks like we're done shopping for Beetle. Yeah, why not? So amazing there. So amazing. Alright, so we're basically totally broke now, though. There may be something over here we can buy. Oh, we should probably buy him like another stamina potion and see if that does anything. That's something we can actually spend the currency on. Alright. And in order to do that, we gotta have an empty bottle. Alright. You know, we might be able to upgrade something too. Let's do some upgrades. HD version compared to the original version. So, Chadley, I have not played the original. Graphically, from what I've peeked at people playing, I think this, you know, it's much, much better. Personally, having played Twilight Princess on the Wii, and not liking the motion controls one bit, and having tested the motion controls on the HD remaster with the Joy-Cons, and also not caring for them, I think the fact that I can use this controller on this game on the remaster makes it worth the price of admission. My personal thoughts. But that's because motion controls of me usually don't get around the best. Since I've made it a goal to be spoiler free for the story, I've been avoiding, like when Potato was streaming it, when you were streaming it, when Kenny streamed for a little bit. So as far as that goes, I don't know enough of the original game, unfortunately, to really know where all the niceties have been added, all the quality of life improvements. But for the most part, I enjoy the game. What I don't like... Yeah, I never got a chance to play the original. Motion controls are just so bad that I just basically, like, loved Wind Waker. Was like, let me play Wind Waker, it's a Zelda game, I don't care what it looks like. And I've got to play it a little bit before my stuff was stolen way back in the early ages when Wind Waker was a game. But motion controls from Twilight Princess were so bad that it's part of the reason why I set it down and never got a chance to complete it until forever now. Let's see here. Hornet larvae. So we need to go do some stuff with some hornet's nests. Alright, that's easy to do. But yeah, the only complaint that I really have is... I get that they're kind of going for the action system, but if I wanted to go in this and like equip an item, I don't have that option here. And the changing and the flipping back and forth of everything it's cumbersome, and I don't know how it was in the original game, but my biggest complaint is if I have a weapon out, the same button that I use to use the weapon shouldn't be the same button that I use to access the inventory for that weapon. And where it's really annoying is when I hit my B button on some of these weapons, it should be the same way it acts, right? Like the whip, you use the thumbstick to use, and if I hold the ZR button, I actually go into the same button. The gust bellows, if I hit B, you know, I have to go out, and it's just keeping that in my 40-year-old brain straight sometimes has become a problem. It's not a completely insurmountable problem by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, I was in here not to just upgrade things, but to buy some stamina potion. I think I may have overstayed my ability to get stamina potions, though. But that's my only real main complaint. Outside of that... Alright, stamina potions, the green one. Yeah, to a point. For Breath of the Wild, it's not so bad, though. Because you can pause and go in and equip things. Whereas with this game, you know, if I'm with a tool, I don't have the option to do that same. And it feels kind of weird because every other Zelda game before this one, you could go into your menu and equip your weapon. Starting with like the original Zelda, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, Wind Waker, all of those, you would go into the inventory and then manage it. And so I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to make this more like an adventure game than like an RPG action game. And I can see like where they were like, this will be Breath of the Wild. You know, this is what led us to Breath of the Wild. But they managed to do that one a lot better, in my opinion. Alright, so we need to go... Oh, we got to go to bed. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to do something really, really fast. Because I know there's no way in all of Georgia that I'm going to remember to do this tomorrow. We're going to have Link go to bed so we can go to bed. And that way we can also give our buddy his stamina potion. So upstairs is not our room. Our room's downstairs. I do have to say, though, that the other thing that's kind of odd is... this is like the precursor to all of Zelda, right? This is the pre-story. And it's cool to see where some of the mythos comes into from some stuff. But it doesn't feel as connected to the rest of Zelda for some weird reason. I just feel like it's less connected to Zelda than some of the other games. And I think the reason why I feel that is because you're not seeing things that remind you of stuff. You're seeing things that become stuff. It's kind of unusual to have like this reverse nostalgia kind of thing going on. So it's not Gruce's room. It's not Stritch's room. Fledge. Here we go. Alright, here you go. It's not about numbers, man. Keep at until I forgot how many I've done. Oh my gosh. If that's all you're supposed to do for exercise, I've hit that number a lot of times. Yeah, and that's kind of the weird part. It's just there's not... And I get to some point why that is what it is. But, like... It's so weird, you know. It's and it's kind of like a bit of a stretch, right? But like even a nod to the other links, you can't really do in this game because this is before that happened. You can't have a nod to Epona, right? Because Epona hasn't happened yet. You can't go for, you know, like the Twilight Realm because the Twilight Realm isn't a thing that these people are really worried about at this point. I mean, there's all these things that we have come to see in Zelda games. And I think that plus the weird controls, which, you know, I'm just talking about the, you know, the Mocon, right? That plus the motion controls, plus the difference in menu usage was just a lot to put in. And from a console game perspective, not counting the Philips CDI, and not counting the multiplayer Zelda games, I want to stress that, Turtle Club. But from a console perspective, this feels like to be the least Zelda game of the Zelda games, second to the second Zelda. And that's saying quite a bit. When this game feels less like something like Link to the Past or Wind Waker, than Breath of the Wild, it's kind of just weird. Well, Turtle Club and Chadley, thank you for the great conversation there, and Colin as well earlier. Good luck on your driving. Shadow, Supreme Lurker, popping in. I really appreciate that. And speaking of the Supreme Lurker, the rest of the Lurk Squad, thank you all for coming in. I myself am going to have a good night. You all have yourself a good breakfast, a good lunch, a good dinner, a good weekend. I mean, it's Friday, right? And whatever you're about to do, Turtle Club, stay safe, wash your hands, and have a good one.